domoro kadiate
boy janno sikes restaurant
e say nakko be ni na dimbal nimba domoro kala janno
domoro seneyata adiyata topotoro fanan kendema bije luntan during tamala abeka domoro ki janni adi manda wala de teka we bijele anim fanan ka fadi jang ikono e fa e ka fa minne ko pastry anim bakery iko fanan be kalele badde lomba conference lomba workshop lomba ye fo pendil lon dunia kono domoro betama nyillom international o toda number 1
amanke ba domola jandama
e sa domo jang is atariya
wo mu kubandi
sa nakko sa futandi
oto sa nakko be mu sikes restaurant
ndaba nan janna mu yat ni manje do mbijam
aban
CK's Restaurant, known for best quality food and customer satisfaction.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yaibaram.
Alright.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But
Don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking Dreaming of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
I get it. Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyingi.
Okay. What's Nsila ID soto.
Sa soto. Sorry. I get it.
Bijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariya. Mbare ki janna nun kunu bara tariya.
Jannom yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong blabe to.
56 branches mola sota Gambia jam.
Ha?
Gambia kono anin Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kono kiya bele to. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannam number 1 di nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wala nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi manin domorol ni fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale di.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
ni wo ka ni lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yale bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.
Stewart & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm in London that can help you with all aspects of your legal work. If you are looking at immigrating to the United Kingdom, Stewart & Co. can help you to set up business, buy houses in the UK, and will deal with all your legal works from start to finish.
For all your general immigration work, we can help you with that as well. If you're applying for any form of visa, whether student visas, settlement visas, marriage visas, or a child wanting to come to the United Kingdom to settle with the family, we can help you to achieve your goals.
Stewart & Co. Solicitors, a legal excellence firm specializing in conveyancing, immigration, litigation, family law, personal injury, licensing, no win, no fee. Contact us today at www.sk-solicitors.com.
da nga bëgg am ndawal gu sell ndawal gu set ndawal goo xam ni alal dong lay doon doxantul ca Central Butcher am nañu ñaari makkaan ña nga ca Keraba avenue jàkkaarloog Africell wante waa Central Butcher dañ leen ibil makkaan gu bees Central Butcher nekk sa Sky Blue Plaza jàndandoo Xéewal supermarket Central Butcher ca bijuloo lu bees dàqal gaañ kon yéen ñi may déglu doxantu leen fa amal nañ leen mincemeat brisket ossobuco obama T-bone steak beef steak round steak entrecôte lamb goat lamb chops liba shawarma meat yamuñu ca amal nañ leen cow foot amal leen laxas amal leen nag lii di filet bakkaat gu bees dàqal gaañ pour yéen customers yi doxantu leen fa gaaw dinañ ibi fa Monday to Sunday 7 days of the week Monday to Saturday nag ñu fas yéene ibi 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sunday ñu ibi leen 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Central Butcher seen dawal halal la nagu réew mi xaru réew mi la ñuy jël daal di leen koy defaral ba mu baax pour yéen askan wi Central Butcher daw leen gaaw wuti leen daw leen gaaw seeti leen Central Butcher ca bijuloo mën nga leen woo ci 303 8761 303 8761 wala boog
of the theme on institutional hearings, which began on 22nd October 2020, some may wonder why the TRRC is devoting such detailed focus and time on the NIA. The Commission has so far heard testimonies from 28 witnesses during the NIA hearings. The TRRC was not established in a post-armed conflict environment in the Gambia. The establishment of such post-conflict commissions have traditionally been the culmination of peace negotiations which called for creation of truth-seeking and reconciliation mechanisms. While such mechanism is indeed a central objective of the TRRC, as enshrined in the 2017 Act, it was created in a post-authoritarian transition. Institutions of the state enabled the dictatorship to thrive for over 2 decades. It is imperative, therefore, that the TRRC examine thoroughly the weaknesses and failures of the relevant state institutions, especially the NIA, that facilitated or enabled the Jammeh regime to violate on a massive scale the human rights of the citizens of the Gambia. The NIA, from the testimonies of victims that have either appeared before the Commission or submitted written statements, was the primary instrument of fear and the terror on the dictatorship, of the dictatorship. A thorough examination of the institutional failures should inform the TRRC in the formulation of its recommendations regarding reforms called for pursuant to Section 13A, Little Roman 1 of the TRRC Act 2017. The new institutions of the state should have the confidence of their citizens who previously only had reason to distrust such institutions and those entrusted to protect and defend their fundamental rights. As we begin this session, the last public hearings of what has clearly been a very difficult year for us, for all of us, the TRRC remains committed to the execution of its mandate to the best of its ability. The TRRC tremendously appreciates the solid support from the population in general. The Commission will find it immensely helpful to receive more information on the remaining themes in its work plan, including the enforced disappearances of people like Chief Ibrahim Mane, Sol Ndao, and Mao Cham, among others. Also, information regarding the massacre of an estimated 56 West African migrants in 2005. We therefore continue to urge all persons, especially victims of any human rights violations that occurred between July 1994 and January 2017, to please come forward and share their information or experiences with the Commission. Please rest assured that your confidentiality will be strictly guarded by the Commission. Finally, we continue to crave the public's support and understanding as we move closer to the end of our mandate on 30 June 2021. Thank you very much. This is a statement on behalf of the Commission. Council, are we ready with this morning's witness? If we are, please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, and members of the audience. We are ready to proceed. May I ask that the witness be ushered in, please? remain standing, please.
I, Sam Kambai.
Man Sam Kambai.
Man Sam Kambai. Do swear that.
Mangi wat.
I'll speak the truth.
Dina wax diga.
The whole truth.
Diga biir.
And nothing but the truth.
Duma fi wax leneen lu dul diga.
So help me God.
Kon Yàlla dimbali ma.
Good morning, Mr. Kambai.
Mr. Kambai, ñu ngi la nuyu.
My name is Esa Mbai Fall.
Maa ngi tudda Esa Mbai Fall.
I'll help you through your testimony this morning.
Man nag may ànd ak yow jàppale la ci seede yi nga xam ne moom nga fi fas yéene joxe.
I noticed that you have opted to speak in the Wolof language.
Ay yëg naa ne nag yow da nga nangu nag pour wax ci làkki Olof.
Could you kindly confirm that that is your language of choice for your testimony?
Ndax mën nga ñu wéralal ne yow yaa tànn pour wax ci làkki Olof.
Yes. And when you speak, please speak up and into the microphone so that we can all get to follow and hear what you're saying.
Bu fekkee ne nag yaa ngi wax na nga wax ci kanam microphone boobu bu ko defee nag ñëpp dinañ mën a dégg li nga xam ne moom ngaa wax.
You, Mr. Kambai, you have just taken an oath to speak the truth.
Mr. Kambai, léegi nga waat nag pour wax fi dëgg.
I just wish to remind you that it is a criminal offense to lie on the oath in this country. It is also an offense to lie before the TRRC.
Waa dama la bëgg a fàttali rek ne bu fekkee ne waat nga ba pare boo fi waxee nag loo xam ne nekkul dëgg danga yàqal luwaa yi nga xam ne moo di luwaa réew mi yàqal luwaa yi nga xam ne moom la TRRC di doxee.
We are calling you today to testify about the following issues.
Dañ la fi oo nag tey pour nga joxe ay seede ci mbir yi nga xam ne moom laay lim si nii.
Just a brief background information about who you are. We need your biographical information.
Pour nga tënkal ñu rek yow yaay kan dañ bëgg a xam yaay kan.
You may talk a little about the 1994 coup d'etat, seeing that you were at State House when that event took place.
Bëgg nañ tamit nga waxal ñu rek ci lu gàtt lu aju ci coup d'état boobu nga xam ne moo xewoon atum 1994 muy jamono joo xam ne nag yaa ngi doon liggéey ci State House.
That would just be very brief.
Te loolu nag danga ko tënk rek ci lu gàtt.
And then we would talk about your arrest and detention at the NIA and Mile 2 prison.
Bu ko defee nag ñu wax nag ci mbiri jàpp bi nga xam ne jàpp nañ la taaj la benn béréb ca NIA ak Mile 2 prisons.
We would also talk about your trial before the High Court in the Gambia.
Dinañ wax itamit lu aju ci àtte bi nga xam ne ñu ngi la ko doon defal ci àttekaay bu mag bi ci Banjul muy High Court bi.
The end of those proceedings and your subsequent move to Senegal.
Na nga xam ne nag court boobu noonu lañ mujjee ak it gannaaw boo xamee ne dem nga toogi ca Sénégal.
Your return to the country and reinstatement into the army.
Ak gannaaw boo dellu si waatee nag fii ci biir réew mi ñu jël la dugalaat la ci fi nga xam ne moo di buntu liggéeykaay soldaar yi fii ci réew mi.
Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Kambai?
Pare nga nag pour ñu continuer, Mr. Kambai.
Well, pare na. Yes, I'm ready. What are your full names?
Naka nga tudda?
Sam Kambai. Sam Kambai. Where do you live?
Fan nga dëkka?
Yunum Camp, Yunum Barracks. Mr. Kambai, you have to allow for 3 seconds between your speech and that of the interpreter so that the speeches would not overlap. You understand? Very well. Yes. Tell us about your education, just briefly.
Why ñu nag sa mbiri njàng ci yan nga jaar ci sa wàlli njàng ci tënk rek.
Jarna Primary School, Bakau Primary School. I went through Bakau Primary School.
I ended my education in St. Teresa Secondary School.
I ended my education at the St. Teresa Secondary School.
1989, school.
I completed in 1989. What did you do after you completed school in 1989?
Lan nga def nag gannaaw boo jeexalee school 1989.
And you joined the Gambia Gendarmerie.
I joined the Gambia Gendarmerie. Which year did you join the Gendarmerie?
Ban at nga bokk ci Gambia Gendarmerie bi?
On the 1st November 1990.
1st November 1990. And for how long were you trained at the Gendarmerie?
Ñaata app nga jàngee ci Gambia Gendarmerie bi?
Basic recruitment for 4 months. 4 months.
And what did you do after the basic recruits training?
Gannaaw njàng moomu nga tàmbali woon basic training boobu noonu lan nga def bu mu jeexee?
Ma yóbbu pour ma def pour attend suma commando course.
I was taken to attend my commando course. Where did you undergo that training?
Fan nga defee njàng moomu?
Bakaw Fajara Barracks.
And when did you finish that course?
Kañ nga jeexal jàng boobu?
1 year la woon training.
It was a 1-year training. And you finished in 1991 or 1992?
Nga jeexal atum 1991 wala 1992?
End of 91, maa ngi dugg ci 92.
End of 1991, going to 1992. Where were you posted after the commando training?
Bi nga jeexalee njàng moomu nag fan lañ la yóbbu pour nga liggéey?
ñu woon State Guard.
It took me to the State Guard. Under whose command?
Ci loon kan nga doon liggéey?
Under Turo Jawne.
On 20 July 1994, where were you posted?
Atum 20 July 1994 fan lañ la yóbbuwoon pour nga liggéey fa?
State House.
On that particular day, 20 July 1994, do you recall what events happened on that day?
Bés boobu ñaar fukki fan ci weeri July 1994 fàttaliku nga lan moo xewoon ca bés ba?
Waaw, mun naa fàttaliku lan moo xewoon.
Yes, I don't recall what happened.
Musa Jame moo ñëwoon Fajara Barracks.
Musa Jame came to Fajara Barracks. And who is this Musa Jame?
Kan mooy Musa Jame ni?
Malia Mungu Musa at the State House.
Malia Mungu Musa at State House. Where is he now?
Léegi fan la nekk?
Fagaañu.
He's dead. And tell us what happened when he came to the barracks.
Bam ñëwee ca barracks ba wax ñu lan a xew.
Dafa ñëw collect ñun presidential guard yéen a woon si biir camp bi mu yóbbu ñu Banjul.
He came to collect those of us who were presidential guards to take us to Banjul. And?
Ne pare?
Mu jox ñu information mu ne dafa am coup d'état bu ko xew.
And then he gave us the information that there was a coup d'état about to happen.
He
said, since we have come,
we will take
the base security.
For the meantime, we said that
for the meantime, and wait until the next day to see if the situation will change.
On the 21st,
that was the day they said the coup was to happen. He said that we were the backup. We were the ones that were to pick up the president. Did Musa, sorry for interrupting, did Musa tell you who was to stage that coup d'etat?
Musa, joto na le na wax kan mo pare wona jité coup d'etat bobu.
He did not tell us, but he did say to us that
coup d'etat bi am nañ belief ne
that they have the belief that the coup d'etat is coming from within the army, the GNA.
Musa was very busy.
But Musa was very busy there. Musa, in which force did he belong to at the time?
Musa jamono bobu ci ban fan la fété won ci wali soldat bi?
State guard.
Was a state guard. Okay, proceed. You were told that you were to go to the airport to escort the president.
wa egali gana bu la waxé né da ngeen wara dem airport pour gunge président bi
légui bu lolu xewé
after that
guy formed sen convoy.
They formed their convoy.
ñun bokku ak convoy bi convoy bi dafa anda karange bopam.
But we were not part of the convoy because the convoy was having its own security.
ñun danaka mëna wone ñun ñoo nekkon the backup troop behind to fight.
But I can say that we were the backup troops to fight.
But roughly 60 something.
We were many, almost 60 something. So we had that arrangement. Lantombo came and briefed us that this is the situation now. That now we have to go to the airport and collect the president. And what was Langtombong at the time?
Langtombong jamono bobu lan la won?
Langtombong yakaruna ne mo nekon adjutant bi de.
I believe he was the adjutant. Okay. And as at this time, the gendarmerie was no longer gendarmerie, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Be ci jamono bobu gendarmerie bi nekatu ñon gendarme.
We have received evidence that the gendarmerie was at this time merged into the police, and the military police aspect of gendarmerie was moved to the army, correct?
Wa jamono bobu yegon nañ gendarmerie bi ñu ko bolé won ak police bi ñi nga xamné ñoo nekkon military police ñoo ñu duggal leen ci soldat gi.
Yes, that happened in the interim. And the force that you belonged to at the time was in fact the tactical support group, which was now part of the police but responsible for ensuring the security and protection of the president.
Tayo jamono bobu yaangi bokkon ci mbolo mo xamne ñu ngi bokkon ci wali police bi waye nak ñoo amé won wali karangi president bi.
That is true, and it was called the TSG.
ñu ko daan oyé TSG. Tactical support group.
That is true. Good. So it became state guards only afterwards when the army took responsibility for the protection of the president, correct?
Bon dañu na di garder president bi gannaaw bo xamé né army bi ñom lañ sas nak pour ñuy ñëw di garder president bi.
Let me put it slightly differently. Tactical support group bile, the tactical support group dañ leen no state guard mu ngi ñëw xew ba nga xamé né garde président bi génné nañ ko ci tactical support group jox ko army bi. The state guards came to being after the responsibility was taken from the tactical support group and given to the army. That is the responsibility for the protection of the president. Is that the case? Is that what happened?
Lolu mo xewon.
Daga am tactical support group.
You had the tactical support group.
Tactical support group.
Those who were in the gendarmerie and now transferred to the tactical support group.
You don't get the president,
but those who were guarding the president are state guards.
And presidential guard, PG.
At the time they were called the presidential guards, the PG.
While on the tactical support group command.
But at the same time they were under the command of the tactical support group. So my question, thank you for that elucidation. My question now is, can you confirm that the security and protection of the president was taken away from the tactical support group or the PG, Presidential Guard, and given to the state guards in the army?
Man li ma laajte mooy ndax jamono boobu garde bi nga xam ne ñoo doon garde président bi dañ ko jël ci loxo tactical support group wala PG jël ko ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy state guard yi ñu jox leen ko ci soldat bi ci army bi.
Waaw bu army bi jëlee dëkk bi 94.
When the army took over the country in 94,
it changed to the Presidential Guard, PG, SG.
That was when the name PG, Presidential Guards, was turned to State Guards. I raised these questions because in your answer earlier, you said you were with the State Guards, so I just wanted to clarify those things.
Dama laajte lii de ndaxte ci sa kàddu da nga wax ne yaa ngi bokkoon ci ñi nga xam ne ñoo State Guard moo tax ma bëggoon leeral foofu noonu.
So on 24th July 1994, there was a convoy that went to the airport to escort the president, but there was a backup security of about 60 men, of which you were a part, correct?
ci atum 1994 ci weeru July amoon na ñoo xam ne ñoo waroon a dem pour gunge ji président bi am na ñoo xam ne tamit ñoo war a nekkee ca gannaaw tollu ci juróom benn fukki soldat te yow ci ñooñu nga bokkoon.
waaw loolu am la.
Yes, that was what happened. We have received evidence that at the airport, the soldiers who were there, something happened with regards to the soldiers who were there. Could you tell us what it was?
Jot nañ xibaar tamit ne jamono yañ nekkee ca airport ba am na lu fa xew ci ñenn ci ay soldat yoo xam ne ñu nga woon ca airport ba ndax di ñu mën a wax loolu naka la demee.
waaw boobu si élection la mu nekk July 22nd.
That was the following day, on the 22nd of July.
July 21st bi.
On the 21st of July.
bu ñu defee suñ préparation pour jóg.
After we did our preparations.
commandant dafa ñëwaat mu ne fu mu nekk nii xamuñ ndax président bi dina ñëw ndax du ñëw.
And we were about to go. The commander came and told us that he is not sure whether the president was coming or not.
Because of yëg na coup d'état bi.
Because he was aware of the coup attempt.
So xamul ban façon sécurité la ba mun a garder fële ndax dina ñëw ndax du ñëw.
So he doesn't know the kind of security he will gather over there, whether he will come or not.
Cast your mind back. Did that happen on the 21st or the 22nd? We all know that the coup d'état took place on 22nd. So when did this happen? When did the president arrive? The day of the coup or the day before?
Xalaatala ci gannaaw lii mu ngi xew ñaar fukki fan ak benn wala ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar ci weeru July ndax xam nañ ne coup d'état bi ci boppam mu ngi amoon ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar président bi ñaar fukki fan ak benn la ñëw wala ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar.
ñaar fukki fan ak ñaar.
22nd.
No.
No.
ñaar fukki fan ak benn.
21st.
ñaar fukki fan ak benn.
21st.
Great. I think that's the correct answer. And tell us what happened at the airport. And let's do it briefly, very, very briefly.
léegi nag wax ñu lan moo xew ca airport ba waaye nga tënk ko rek ci gàttal.
waaw bu ñu àggee si airport bi.
Yes, when we got to the airport.
Convoy bi taxaw nañ as a convoy.
The convoy stood just exactly as it is.
ñu nekk behind the convoy backup si gannaaw.
And we were behind the convoy as backup.
waaye gis naa lu mel ni ñu ngi oo Yaya Jammeh.
But I saw that something like Yaya Jammeh being called
by the commandant gendarmerie and some MPs.
By the commander of the gendarmeries, who was the MP. I saw them speaking to him, and later he was disarmed. But at that time we were far behind.
So would you know who actually disarmed him?
ndax xamoon nga kan moo nangu gànnaay ci loxoom.
No, xamuñ ko because of ndaje la rek groupe bu taxaw rek gaa oo ko.
We don't know because it was a group that was standing. He was called and disarmed.
buñ ko disarmé.
When he was disarmed.
ñëwoon na si ñun presidential guard ci suñu backup bi.
He came to us, the presidential guards, at the backup.
Because of moom foofu la jógee woon state guard.
Because that was where he left from.
liggéey nañ ak moom tamit Jawara foofu.
We worked with him during Jawara's time.
mu ñëw fekk ñu foofu.
He came and met us there.
waaye lu ñu wax moo nekk TSG guard te yéen a ngi pare.
But what he said to us was, TSG guys, are you prepared?
mu ne te yéen a ngi pare.
He said, you are prepared. TSG guys, you are prepared today. You are ready today.
Yes, sir.
In a sense. Proceed, please.
léegi mu bàyyi foofu mu dem yoonam.
He left us and went his way.
léegi ñun tam ñu ngi foofu ak suñu commander bi.
We were also there with our commander.
ñu ngi xaar président bi.
We were waiting for the president.
Few minutes.
President
bi laal.
The president landed.
bu mu laalee nag.
When he landed.
Because ñun ñëpp ñu doon observe the situation, what is going to happen.
Because all of us were observing the situation for what was going to happen. But what I can recall is that he alighted down the flight. I think he greeted some ministers.
But
he did not visit the guard of honor. He did not inspect it.
That
was when he was taken to the convoy.
Convoy leave.
And the convoy left.
ñu take time to ñu seet ndax dina am lu xew si gannaaw.
We waited for some time to see if anything will happen.
Dara xewut.
Nothing happened.
ñu tam ñu train ñu toppa si gannaawam.
And then we trailed and followed them.
The State House.
Up to the State House.
That night, as far as you know, did anything happen? That night?
yow ci sa wàlli xam-xam ndax ci guddi googu am na lu xew.
Dara xewutoon foofu sax.
Nothing happened there.
Tell us what happened the next day. And also, very briefly, we've received extensive evidence on this. What you're giving us is just supporting evidence. So let's summarize it, condense it, and make it short.
léegi nag wax ñu lan moo xew ca guddi ga nga tënk ko rek. ca ëllëg sa lan moo xew mën nga koo tënk rek ndax am nañ fi seede yu bari yoo xam ne wax nañ lu bari ci xew-xew boobu.
waaw si ëllëg si Musa Jammeh tam dafa ñu war collecte ñu si camp bi.
The following day, Musa Jammeh came again and collected us from the camp.
bu ñu génnee si camp bi gendarmerie camp bi.
But when we were leaving the gendarmerie camp,
soldat yi seen movement ngi bëri woon.
The movement of the soldiers was too much.
ñun tam we dem straight direct Banjul.
So when he collected us, we went straight to Banjul.
We then occupied State House.
We went and occupied the State House.
Why? We were the
only ones who were soldiers there, and we were not many.
So Musa Jammeh and Lantom Montamba.
Musa Jammeh and Lantom Montamba were there. These are the two that I recognize well, and Kababayo.
Bayo or Bayo?
Bayo.
Correct, we sport. I don't know, JP.
The one who works at the JP. Bayo.
Proceed.
After that,
you fix you see defense line. You surround defense.
The junior officers, like us, we were fixed at the surrounding to serve as a defense.
So,
others were on top of the tower. So that they can be able to observe what is happening within Banjul. There was a time
when almost accident.
I said to them, these people, they are almost around the arch. And what I have been able to observe, I have realized that they are mixed with some Zandam officers. And also the commandos that we were informed were left or stationed at the Denton Bridge. I saw them with their red berets, and they are also advancing together with these people. After that,
Musa Jammeh just like
Musa Jammeh said that all of us should converge by the door.
At this stage, where was President Jawara?
Jamono bi fan la President Jawara nekkoon.
President Jawara mu ngi taxawoon just mu ngi génn si boori néegam mu ngi taxaw si story building bi nii.
He came out of his room and was standing close to his room.
The information we received earlier, the evidence we received earlier, is that Jawara was taken very early on to the frigate that was moored at the Gambia ports, at the ports authority, and on board the American vessel. At what stage did this happen? Because the timing you provide seems to be a little different from what others said. Can you say something about that?
xibaar gi fi jot mooy Jawara ca suba teel lañ ko jël yóbbu ko ci xaar goo xam ne mu ngi costé woon ci port bi te yow na waxtu wi nga joxe fii dafa xaw a jaamaarloo ak waxtu boobu ndax di ñu mën a leeralal loolu.
waxtu boobu man maa ngi woon State Lead Council.
At that time, I was at the State House Lead Council, and those of us who were there, we are in Benin.
Early in the morning, State House.
When I came to the State House early in the morning, Jawara was there.
Advance.
And when they were advancing, Jawara was there.
We advancing basically former National Assembly member.
They advanced until the former National Assembly building.
That
was when I saw 3 vehicles come into the State House.
American soldiers.
American soldiers. They were speaking to the old man.
Respond.
But what I could read from the old man's response,
Mune fi dekam la.
He said this is his country.
Ili national army la.
And this is his national army.
Dina allow guy ñew.
He will allow them to come.
Guy was seen problem.
And allow them to explain their problem.
Mu set num ko solve.
And then he will look at how he could solve it.
Waaye gis na American bi.
But I saw the American.
Daf ko jox loxo ni.
He shook his hand.
Melni ku hicca.
And it looked like he was pulling him along or dragging him away.
Moto bi ñew.
The vehicle came.
Mu tok.
He sat.
Mu twist the padi.
And they twisted the old man.
Mu duga ci biir.
And he went inside with the old man. And they went out and
at that time where was Kababajo and others?
Kababajo was there. Kababajo after mom dafa anda president bi dem.
Kababajo was there, but later he went with the president.
Lantombo la fa baye ak Musa Jammeh.
Lantombo and Musa Jammeh were the ones he left behind.
All right. In spite of the differences in the time, proceed to explain what happened after Sadauda had left State House.
Wa dëggal nak waxtu yi xaw nañu uté way ba tay rek mën nga égali wax ñu lan mo xew bana bu Sadauda baye ko State House.
Wa Jawara dafa dem.
Jawara left.
2 minutes rek.
Just within 2 minutes.
Ñi arrive body NN.
They arrived around NN.
Waaye dafa am benn boy soldat ku ne fofu.
But we had one of our soldier officers who was there.
Dafa def ND.
Called, what's the name of the person?
Koku gañu na sa sergeant la won.
He's late. He was a sergeant.
Do you remember his name?
Fatale ko nga turam.
Ana baña bal ñu gëna fi mëna fatale ko turam.
Maybe I could remember the name before we leave here.
Yes, go ahead.
Koku def ND.
What is ND?
He did an ND.
Negligent discharge.
He did a negligent discharge. Like someone who panics and misfires. After that happened,
stop. Guys, stop.
They stopped.
So
Lantombong came out. And he was speaking to them.
Which gate at State House did that occur? Is it the RVTH gate or the Albert Market gate?
Albert Market.
Albert Market.
Proceed.
When Lang came out, he was talking to them. They talked for a long time. Musa Jammeh was perambulating, going in and out.
Going up and down.
Going up and down. Then he came and said, we are all one.
Who said that?
Musa Jammeh. He said, since the army and the gendarmerie, we are the only people that use guns. And since Jawara has left,
it's better
it is better that we all united and became one.
The evidence that we received. Okay, let me rephrase and take it a step backwards. Do you know who led the officers, the army officers, that came through the Albert Market gate?
Xam nga ñan ñoo jiite woon soldat yi nga xam ne ñoo ñëw jaaree ko ci bunta ba nga xam ne moo féetee ci marché bu magi Banjul.
I believe it was Edward Singate.
Yes, Mr. Singate did testify to say that he led the group that came through Albert Market.
Waaw Singate wax na fi ne moom moo jiite woon ñi nga xam ne ñoo ñëw jaaree ci bunta bi féetee marché bu mag bi.
The reason I ask this question is that the evidence we received is that it was Musa Jammeh who went to the gate, Albert Market gate, and not Langtombong Tamba.
Waaw soo gisee ma laajte lii nag xibaar yi ñu fi jot dañ wone ne Musa Jammeh moo génnee ci bunta bu mag bi nga xam ne moo jublu ci marché bu mag yi Banjul waaye nag du Langtombong Tamba.
But Mr. Tamba went to the gate at the RVTH end.
Waaye dañu wax ne Mr. Tamba mu ngi demee ca bunta ba féetee ci boali lopitaan bu mag bi ci Banjul.
Which is which?
Ban la ci?
Just from your recollection now.
Yow rek coow li nga xam ne moom nga fàttaliku ban la ci?
Xam naa ne ñaari bunta rek la.
I know that there are only 2 doors.
And Musa Jammeh regular one at Lantombon Tamba.
And it was only Musa Jammeh and Lantombon Tamba.
You want to just these two gates.
Who were perambulating between these two gates.
Those
of us who were there, we weren't many.
We fight to defend that area.
We couldn't fight and defend the area.
We are just 20-something in number.
So we just assembled at one area, about 20-something of us. We were not many.
It was Musa Jammeh and Lang who used this gate to go and come.
It was Musa Jammeh and Lang who were using these two gates going and coming back.
Would you say, in your view, that State House that had sufficient security to defend it?
Ci sa wàlli gis-gis mun ngaa wax ne bon State House amoon nañ fa ay soldaar yu mut yoo xam ne mun nañ ko aar.
Well, so order ñu woon kañ.
Yes.
To fire.
If the order came, if the order came for us to defend to fire, yes, we had some commandos there. That was why we were taken from the barracks and brought there. So, but when Lang and Musa Jammeh came and said that it was better that we surrendered,
I can remember some of the boys were even crying.
Well,
they were not happy with Mondal.
Because they weren't happy.
Would you have surrendered otherwise?
If that had not happened, would you have surrendered and given away your weapons?
No, because of defense.
That would be difficult because someone who is in a position of defense, despite you do not have many personnel, you have a hard cover against the one who is coming, attacking. Because the one that is coming must make some movements before they get to you.
So a platoon on defense, 33 personnel.
So if you have a platoon on defense, which is consisting of 33 personnel,
I'm fully equipped, arm and ammo.
And they were fully equipped with arms and ammo,
defense anything that is coming.
You would be able to defend against any threat that is coming.
That is your view.
Very well.
We have received evidence from your superiors who said that the gendarmerie at the time was so ill-equipped to defend State House against the heavy weaponry of the army. What do you say to that?
Gendarmerie nga xamne ñoo nekkon State House amuñ won ganna yu doy yo xamne nañ doon mëna aar State House jamono joju ci kaw soldat yi.
And bobu gendarmerie bi rifle you guys use.
At the time, the rifles that were used by the gendarmerie,
same thing rifle you'll use,
were the same rifles that were being used by the army.
Only sophisticated weapon
the only sophisticated weapon that I saw them bring there
RPG.
Was the RPG.
Apart of RPG,
but apart from the RPG,
this weapon it's almost the same weapons.
I did not see any other weapon which is different. It was almost the same weapons.
If
the Gambia is to have any weapons at all, maybe it's now. But the weapons I saw them bring to the State House,
almost the same weapon we in the State House.
Were almost the same weapons that were at the State House.
Mortars, RPGs.
There was no mortar.
There was no mortar.
Only RPG guys.
Only RPGs that they brought.
So it's your view that you could have ably defended State House. Is that your view?
Gis moy ne dal mënon ngeen aar ni ngeen gannayoon mënon ngeen aar State House non nga ko gisee.
Mënon nañ ko aar su ne ñepp jóg nañ pour taxaw pour aar dëkk bi.
Yes.
National Gendarmerie ñu pousse ci Gentil Bridge ak commando ci.
Yes, we could have defended if all of us had the same intention, because the National Gendarmerie had some elements that were stationed at the Denton Bridge.
Because so many amount of soldiers you do build State House.
If you observed the number of soldiers that came into the State House,
the National TSG and the SG.
If the Gendarmerie, if you look at the National TSG and the SG,
the GNA members
they were more than the soldiers from the GNA who were there.
And weapons the same weapon AK-47.
And they had the same type of weapons, AK-47s.
The only weapon RPG.
The only weapon that the gendarmerie did not have at the time were the RPGs.
This is interesting. In your view, why do you think the coup succeeded?
Why you legi nak sa wali gis-gis lana tax nga fokk ne nda coup d'état bobu mënon dox na niñ ko soxla won
lan nga fokk ne motax coup d'état bi how do you say successful mu jalla lan motax coup d'état bi mu am mu muna nek ñu gëné Jawara lan nga fokk ne motax.
Why do you think the coup was successful that Jawara was Jawara was deposed?
Setup bi mo correct rek.
The setup was correct.
Setup bi mo correct.
The setup was correct.
Could you explain what that means?
dañu mëna léral lu lu tekki.
Because if state guard adjutant bi,
the adjutant at the state house,
bu Jawara baye dëkk bi,
when Jawara left the country,
mo fa nekkon suñu commander.
he was our commander there.
In the army we don't disobey command.
And in the army we don't disobey command.
If your command
if your command tells you to desist, you desist. And that was the reason why some of the soldiers who were members of the PG were crying.
And who are you referring to?
There was one of my co-workers, I think called Dr. Davis.
The question I asked is, you were asked to stand down, and you had to obey command. Who ordered you to stand down?
Lima laajte mooy yéen dañ leen waxoon ne ngeen ngeen bàyyi teg seen gànnaay kan moo leen jiite kan moo jox woon ndigal boobu.
Lang Tombon Tamba.
And the question I have for you, this is a matter of opinion, others may disagree, but from your opinion, would the coup have succeeded if that did not happen?
Wa man li ma laajte mooy yow ci sa wàlli gis-gis ndax coup d'état bi mënoon naa am bu fekkoon ne what was it?
If this order to stand down was not given and obeyed.
Su fekkoon ne waxuñ leen woon na ngeen tëddal seen gànnaay yi te yéen it ngeen ànd ci.
Ku nekk si defoon liggéeyam.
If everyone did their responsibility, they wouldn't have even been able to get to the Denton Bridge, much more passing it.
But
if you look at the quality of the officers who were at the Denton Bridge,
smoothly,
for these people to come and pass Denton Bridge smoothly that way,
and in fact, after officers
and later to have those officers who were from the Gendarmerie,
they were on the lead front.
In fact, they were the ones that were leading, by what I saw.
The council was behind them.
Members of the council were behind them.
We have received information from Suare. I think he was a major at the time this thing happened. He said when he assessed the number of personnel from the army and the type of weapons they had, he believed that it would have been a disaster on his personnel if he had resisted the march of the army into Banjul. What do you say to that?
Dina ñëw nekk musiba ci kaw yi nga xam ne ñoo di soldaara mi su fekkee ne dugal nañ leen ñu dem ci biir Banjul.
That was his duty.
He said it was his duty also to protect his men.
Wax na tamit moom it waru galam la pour mu aar ñi nga xam ne ñooy ay nitam yi nekk ci ronam.
And not to sacrifice them unnecessarily. knowing that they were all going to be massacred if he had resisted. What do you say to that? You are very much his junior in rank. His standing, his authority, and his training was far superior to yours. As an ordinary soldier, state guard personnel or presidential guard personnel at the time, would you agree with the assessment and decision of your superior in rank? Do you think he made the right decision?
Comme kayo da nga fété won suuf lool yaa ngi nekkoon di garder foofu ci state house bi ndax ni woon nga nangu nga ci li nga xam ne mooy ndogal boobu kooku jël te mu nekkoon sa kilifa lool jiitu la bu baax baax.
I don't accept it.
Why?
Army bi ak police bi.
The army and the police.
Government bi daf leen fay.
The government pays them.
You sacrifice.
To sacrifice. And defend the country. And if nothing else but our country. And if it is worth it for us to die for it, then so be it. I do not dispute that the commander may shift his men. But that is not within your country.
Outside peacekeeping.
For example, this can be if you go outside on peacekeeping. They have their own regulations. And the UN even protects the soldier. But if this is inside your own country, there is nothing like protecting the security officer. It is the security officer who is supposed to protect or defend the country. Because it is the country's money that is taken and paid to them as salary at the end of each month.
That is your view. We would move on. The Commission would have enough basis to evaluate what you have said as against what others have said, and then they would make their own findings or conclusion on that. In the meantime, let's progress.
Léegi nag ñu jàll ci leneen commission bi moom dinañ seet seega diggante yeneen seede yi liñ fi wax ak yow li nga wax waaye ñu jàll nag ci leneen.
So after you were asked to stand down, what happened?
Gannaaw bu ñu waxee ne nag ngeen tëral gànnaay yi lan a xew.
Waaw ñu gis ñoom Edward ak Yaya Jammeh dugg si.
We saw Edu and Yaya Jammeh and others came inside.
Yaya Jammeh mu ngi toog ci benn xeer.
Yaya Jammeh sat on one stone there. He tied a charm on his forehead. And he was sweating. That was when I called him and I said to him, Jola Moro, you are very brave.
So he gave me an insult.
He insulted me and told me that this is not a place for play.
But in the end, the coup succeeded. What happened to you as a member of the TSG or PG at the time? What happened to you? In terms of your career progression?
National Army advance.
They left us there, Zandarmuri, National Army,
SG,
and the SG.
Security.
And we were all left there, and we were carrying out security duties there.
In 2 weeks' time.
Until 2 weeks' time.
Now the new SG.
They said they were going to have a reshuffling and bring about the new SG.
Former PG.
They took some members from the former PG.
From the Zanamori.
Some from the gendarmerie.
Some from the army.
Some from the army.
Others you posted in see other battalions.
And the rest were posted to the other battalions.
So, and that was the creation of the State Guards Battalion, and then the other soldiers or members of the TSG were redeployed elsewhere.
noonu lañ sosee nag State Guard bi ñeneen ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekkoon TSG ak ñoo ñu toxal leen feneen.
Where were you posted?
Yes. Farafenni.
And you served in Farafenni on 2 occasions, correct?
yow na liggéey nga Farafenni ñaari yoon.
When was your last posting in Farafenni?
kañ lañ la mujjee yóbbu Farafenni?
2007.
2007.
And for how long did you serve there on your second stint?
yan àppa nga def foofu nag ci sa ñaareelu yóbbu bi foofu?
Just 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks.
And then what happened?
gannaaw bi lu xew?
After selling my arrest.
It was after that that I was arrested.
When were you arrested?
kañ lañ la arrest?
97.
Did you say 97?
97.
Or 2007?
Sorry, 2007.
2007.
Do you recall the date?
fàttaliku nga bés bi?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Tell us where were you arrested and how it happened?
wax ñu fan leen la jàppee ak naka la xewee?
maa ngi nekkoon posting Bambatenda.
I was on postings at Bambatenda.
Guard commander.
As guard commander.
ñu oma.
I was called.
Ma adjutant bi.
My adjutant name.
nakal tudda?
The army nickname you for the body. Why is something like Balde?
You know, the army nicknames are more popular, but it's something like Balde.
Just tell us the name you know.
wax ñu tur bi nga ko xamee.
What rank was he?
ban ma xaama la yore woon?
Lieutenant.
Proceed, please.
So when he called me and I came, he told me, Kambai, you have to report to the army headquarters. I said to him, what's happening? He said, I think it's in regards to your mission. That is what has come out.
What type of mission was he referring to?
ban façon yoon la doon wax noonu?
Sipul, police mission.
Sipul, it was a police mission.
You referring to civilian police duties, assignments by the United Nations, correct?
dafa mel ni liggéey boo xam ne mbootaay xeeti àddina si UN ñoo ko sasoon police yi.
For yes. Which deployment? For which country?
pour ngeen dem fan ban réew?
Istimo.
And you had already taken some of the tests for selection as SIFCOL, correct?
te foofu fekk boobu jëloon nga nag seetlu bi nga xam ne moom lañ doon seetlu pour tànn leen ngeen dem.
Wow.
Yes.
So proceed, please. You were told this. You have to report to headquarters.
waaw léegi eggali gannaaw buñ la waxee ne da nga war a dem report headquarters lu xew.
ma génn office adjutant.
I left the adjutant's office.
ma gis benn pick-up mu ngi taxaw.
And I saw a pickup that was parked.
ak ñetti RP.
And 3 RPs.
What do you mean by RP?
luy RP?
RP mooy regimental police.
RP is regimental police.
So
I went into the vehicle. Driver started the engine. And that was how we came to Banjul.
And how about the RPs?
Yes, they too came to Banjul.
Why were they coming to Banjul, the RPs?
lan moo tax ñoom police yooyu ñëw Banjul?
RP man bi ma koy office adjutant.
Well, when I was called to the adjutant's office,
I
saw the senior RP being called to the officer commanding's office too. But when all of us came out, he said to me, Sarge, let's go.
At that time, your rank was sergeant, correct?
Very well.
Sergeant, very well.
So, was that the time you realized that you were to come to Banjul with them?
Yes, that was the moment I knew.
Why do you think they were with you on that trip?
I can say that I was arrested, but in a civilized manner.
Were you told that you were arrested?
No, they did not tell me that.
Did they tell you officially why you were coming to Banjul? Did they serve you any documents or so?
Amna ben kayit bo xamne won nañ la ko lu mëna woné né motax ngay ñew Banjul.
No. So tell us quickly what happened when you arrived in Banjul.
Wax ñu nak ci tinka rek la na xew bi nga éggé Banjul.
Ma ngi Banjul ñew ma ci office CDS.
When I got to Banjul, I was taken to the CDS's office.
And who was the CDS at the time?
Jamono bobu kana nekkon CDS bi?
Langtom Bontamba.
Did you get to see him?
Gisante won nga ak mom.
Office am way man ma ngi nekkon ci biti fu.
He was inside his office, but I was at the waiting room.
And tell us what happened.
Wa wax ñu nak la na xew.
Wa fofu la nekk di ko xaar.
I was there waiting for him.
Man SP Mendy, Colonel SP Mendy.
Myself and SP Mendy, Colonel SP Mendy. I sat down there for a long time. I said to him I wanted a pass to take care of my family affairs. But since I am wasting time here, I wanted him to give me that permission so that I could rush and then come back.
Just have 5 minutes.
He said, no, just wait for 5 minutes, he's coming.
No. He said, Bo is coming.
Bo is coming.
Oh, Bo is coming.
Which Bo are you referring to?
Bo Baji.
Bo Baji. What was Bo Baji at the time?
Bo Baji lan la won.
Head of the military intelligence.
He was the head of the military intelligence.
And then what happened after that?
When Bo came, he greeted me and then got into the CDS's office.
Spent for time almost 30 minutes.
He spent some time there, almost 30 minutes. And then he came out and said to me, Kambai, let's go. I said to him, where are we going to? He said, are you not following up your mission, your mission affairs? I said, yes, indeed. He said, let's go to NIA. There's something that we are supposed to clear from there. I said, fine. And that was how we went to the NIA.
In hindsight, did Bo tell you the truth? So gestuwaatee mbir mi ndax Bo waxoon na la dëgga waxtu bu mum laa wax ne xanaa nekkuloo si seen affaire mission yi dañ dem NIA dafa am luñ fa clair. In hindsight, did he tell you the truth?
No, he did not tell me the truth.
Why did you say that?
What he said was not the truth.
Like what?
When Bo came and left me at the NIA outside there, that was the last time I saw Bo.
Was anything ever discussed at the NIA about this, your involvement with SIFPO?
ndax amna dara lo xamne waxtaan nañ ko fofu ci NIA lo xamne mo ngi aju ci walu tukki bobu nga wara def.
No.
So when you were told about this whole SIFPO story, it was simply not true.
Legi melna ni bo fekke ne bo ñu la wax mbiri tukki bobu dafa melni du dëgg.
That is true.
That was just meant to secure your easy cooperation to go to the places they wanted you to go to, correct?
Lolu won dafa melni pexé la rek bo xamné dañ ko doon def pour nga gom leen mu yombal yobbu bi nga xamné mom lañ la yobbu fiñ bëgg nga dem.
That is what happened.
Tell us, when you arrived at the NIA, you were waiting outside this hall. Tell us what happened after that.
Wax ñu ba nga éggé NIA nak nga tok fofu ci salle bobu di xaar lan mo xew gannaaw bi.
I spent some time there until evening. They took me from there.
Mr. Chair, perhaps this is a point we can take the morning break. Well, it's now afternoon. This is a convenient time to stop. You could see the impact of what happened there on the witness. Perhaps we could just give him some little time to recuperate, and then we take it from there. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. His disposition is would then had a follow-up on a point, a key one that I wanted them to ask him, but I guess when we come back from the 30-minute break, would them do that so we can continue. I didn't want to wait until the end of our proceedings to pose that issue for clarification. We will take a 30-minute break and then come back at 12:30. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu dee am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw fii ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentee tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu nga United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii
love like fire bring my yobo guma love like fire
Miss B Designer Outlet is the #1 quality and affordable stop shop for all your needs. Get your evening dresses, suit and ties, office wears for both ladies and gentlemen, beach wears, sport wears, pure leather shoes for men, quality belts, bags, heels for all beautiful ladies, original perfumes, accessories, and a lot more. Find us at Kololini Road opposite Gaddafi Mosque at the Aqua Bridge Station, or call us on 295-3411 or 764-2486. Miss B Designer Outlet. Shop right, look good.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see the